Bought a faceless YouTube channel. Just acquired it. The deal should go through this Thursday. The way that it worked out is kind of weird because with the escrow service that I'm using, well, with purchasing a channel or changing ownership in a YouTube channel in general, when you're transferring primary ownership to someone else, there has to be a 7-day period that that person is on your account before you can make them a primary owner. And so right now we're about I think we're about midway. So we've got another couple of days and then I'll be transferred to primary owner and then I'll be the owner of a profitable faceless YouTube channel. Very excited about this. I've had an interesting relationship with faceless channels. If you guys have watched my other channel, the Graffiti channel, you see like sometimes I kind of I'm not super stoked about them. And it's not necessarily that I'm not stoked about them. It's that I'm not stoked about the weird things that people try to do in order to game the system, in order to blow up a faceless YouTube channel. And a lot of it has to do with AI. Again, like my whole perspective on faceless channels or artificial intelligence creating content in general is that if AI is creating all the content, the barrier of entry lowers, and then there's too much content on the platform. And then YouTube's going to put more safety measures in place so that way good content quite possibly might not be seen on accident because YouTube categorizes it as artificial intelligence. There's just a whole lot of I've been on the platform for 10 years, 11 years, and I've seen a whole lot of issues arise when people try to game the system. It changes the algorithm for everybody. So anyway, so in this video, there you go, 2-minute rant on faceless channels. In this video, I want to talk about why I am buying this channel and talk to you guys about possibility of Facebook, YouTube, why do I keep saying that? Faceless YouTube being a potentially good investment for other people. So the reason that I bought this, as I alluded to a couple days ago, oh, by the way, you guys, welcome to the channel. You're a 40-year-old ADD entrepreneur who is trying to take his 7-figure business to 8 figures. That's what I'm talking about on this channel. I rant, I talk about things that are going on every single day, and it's mostly like an online journal that I'm going to take this stuff and I use it. I feed the transcripts into ChatGPT to help me come up with ideas for all my other content. But at the same time, I want to help you. So if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I'm happy to address them, create content for you, specifically for you, because I want to help you. And entrepreneurship, you know, us entrepreneurs, ADD, especially 40-year-old man, dad, ADD entrepreneurs, we got to stick together. Am I right? And to the ladies who are out there who are watching this, welcome as well. You're not alienated. If you're an entrepreneur as well, I want to hear from you also. All right, you guys, folks. So why did I buy this faceless channel? Well, the very first personal development / business book that I ever read was called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. If you have not read that book, I highly recommend it. I'm not going to put a link in my description because this is lazy content where I'm just trying to flow without having to do a whole lot of thinking and a whole lot of working. So go to Amazon, type Rich Dad, Poor Dad into the search bar, purchase your book or listen to it on Audible, pick your poison, doesn't matter to me. It's a great book which taught me some incredible things. Well, the thing that I learned from Rich Dad, Poor Dad was that I needed to have assets. I needed to have businesses or investments that were actively producing positive cash flow. Now in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki talks about real estate and how he's invested in real estate and he's turned his real estate homes into assets. And what's cool about real estate is you can leverage the equity from your homes from one home into another. You can purchase, if you've built up, you know, $500,000 of equity in a home, you can remove that equity, purchase more properties, and then you can multiply your assets relatively quickly. Well, the thing with faceless YouTube channels, especially ones that are done right, that have a good, solid, unique value proposition, they're in a good niche, and they're cash flow positive, the cool thing about that is it's almost like owning a piece of digital real estate, except the cash flow can be so much more than what a home could be. Right? Typically, when you purchase a rental home, you spend 4, 3, I don't even know where you can find like a good home for like 300,000 anymore. It's crazy. You typically end up spending like $300,000 to $600,000 on a home, and then you charge rent based off of what the rent is in that area at any given time. So for a $400,000 or $500,000 home, you probably should be charging $4,000 a month at least to rent that home, I would think, in order to see positive cash flow. Well, what's cool with a YouTube channel is that if you spend $200,000 on a cash flow positive YouTube channel that's making, that channel could be making $10,000, could be making $20,000 a month, and then you can turn it into a machine that can make $50,000 or $60,000 a month. And I know some of you guys are like, yeah, you're smoking the dubs there, bro. But I'm not smoking the dubs. I'm not. Like I said, I've been on YouTube for a very long time. I've built big, you can't see them right now, I've got a few plaques over there. I built big YouTube channels that have made tens of thousands of dollars a month. I work in our agency on channels that are making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month in AdSense revenue. It's doable. It's doable. So the idea of spending a couple $100,000 on a cash flow positive YouTube channel and then being able to scale it to twice as much money not only brings me immediate cash flow into my bank account monthly, it's flowing, but it also increases the value of that channel, and I could flip it. I could flip a YouTube channel. The reason that I feel like it's the right time for us is because in my business, I have been realizing that we have a lack of assets. We work with clients, and I can only take so many clients at any given time. Right now, I think we have 15 or 16 clients. And so we're kind of cap ourselves out. And usually what ends up happening is we'll lose a client, then I'll have to go find a client, and then we'll lose a client, then I'll have to go find a client. And I'm kind of tired of doing that same thing over and over again for the last 6 years. I would rather have assets that we own. I'm building all these people's YouTube channel for them. I'm doubling their revenue, tripling, quadrupling, sometimes 10xing or 20xing the revenue that they had on their YouTube channel. And I don't get to participate in that. So my thought is, if I can buy faceless YouTube channels, we already have a team put in place that can build them, that can grow them. We know thumbnail design. We know how to create content for virality. I personally have created videos and have hundreds of millions of views under my belt, both long form and short form. And so with my expertise and with the team that I have, it's a perfect match. It seems like an absolute no-brainer. So we've already got a plan put in place for this YouTube channel. It's in the entertainment niche. I don't want to disclose exactly what the channel is yet. Yeah, not yet. Not yet, not until I own it. As soon as I own it, I think that it actually would be pretty cool to just talk about it with you guys and share what's going on. So anyway, part of the plan to go from 7 figures to 8 figures in over the next couple of years is owning our own assets and putting money into investments that will be cash flow positive. So questions that are probably going to come up from you guys. Where do you find faceless YouTube channels? Oh, there's a number of places. There are actually like brokerages. There are places online. Flippa.com. You can find faceless YouTube channels for sale. You can go straight to a faceless YouTube channel and send them a message and try to broker your own deals. You can go through somebody like me. Again, guys, I'm not trying to sell you anything in this, but we come across faceless YouTube channels all the time. Actually, we just converted our newsletter over to talking about channel valuations and channel opportunities. So if you're interested in jumping into our newsletter, there's a link down in the description. I will put that link in the description. I'm not going to go find Rich Dad Poor Dad. But if you want to join our newsletter so that you can see like opportunity and you can also understand valuation of channels, then and how to value channels, then that newsletter will teach you how to do that. It talks about that. Okay, so what do you do when you find a channel? How do you put value on a channel? So most of the channels are valued at a 1 to 3 EBITDA, which is, what does EBITDA mean? It's earnings before, come on. EBITDA meaning, EBITDA stands for earnings before interest, taxes, and amortization. It's a financial metric that investors use to assess a company's profitability and value. So 1 to 3x. And the difference in the fluctuation is how much work are you actually going to have to put into it. If it is a turnkey operation where there's a strategist involved, there's editors involved, there's thumbnail designers involved, and all you have to do is sit back, relax, and watch the cash come into your business or come into your bank account while the channel is growing, then that channel is going to be worth more than if you actually have to have some type of a managing role. So what we're trying to do, in addition to purchasing our own assets, is brokering faceless YouTube deals. So we'll find a faceless channel, we'll talk to the owner, we will get a purchase plan put into place, we'll do all the due diligence, and then our team will actually manage that channel as well. And what's kind of cool about that is that increases the value for the potential client. They could be like, hey, I'm going to flip this and you guys are going to continue to manage it. And all that I want to do is, just flip it for a higher valuation. That is pretty cool. That's pretty turnkey. That I like it. I like it. Which is another reason why we're kind of going down this path, is there's just a lot of opportunity in faceless. What are some of the cons of faceless YouTube? Well, like I said before, with artificial intelligence, there is a huge barrier of entry issue where it's going to turn into, there's going to be a lot of people who are creating faceless channels because they're getting more and more simple. There's editing software that's just doing all the editing for you. One of the editing software is actually owned by one of my buddies. His name is Austin Armstrong. You can check out his company, Syllaby, Syllaby. That's pretty cool. It will edit videos, shorts. It'll edit shorts for you, do all the legwork. Other cons. What are some of the other cons? One of the things that we run into all the time just running the agency is that a lot of companies or a lot of creators have a what's it called? It's a peaking problem, meaning that they hit their peak and that they don't know how to pivot. They don't know how to evolve. Maybe that's probably better. An evolution problem. They don't know how to evolve their content so that way it will continue to get views and subscribers and increase revenue. Every single YouTube channel, you guys, you can pivot it, you can change it, or you can evolve it. I would say pivot is a strong word. You don't want to go too far. Some of you guys might know from the Graffiti channel, I tried to actually pivot that channel into this type of content. Did not work. People hated it. And here we are on this separate channel. So pivot's a strong word. I wouldn't use that. Evolve, though. Any YouTube channel can be evolved into something. As long as there aren't strikes and shadow bans and stuff like that have taken place, you can evolve a YouTube channel to continue to grow. That's what our company would bring to the table in these cases. So it's a win-win for us because we're not only going to have our own assets, but it also opens up the door for another, I don't even want to call it department, but just another mode of marketing, a different strategy in general, where our expertise, again, is just growing YouTube. And then on the other side of things, there's also additional revenue opportunities that come from owning faceless YouTube channels. You can start email lists, you can have low ticket offers, you can sell digital products, you can do all sorts of cool things. And so I think that the pros outweigh the cons in this regard, specifically for us. So our faceless channel is going to be the thing that takes us to 8 figures. I highly doubt that. But will it give us a more sustainable base that's more consistent so that way we don't have to chase as many clients when we lose a client? Yes, I 100% believe that will happen, and that will free up time, that will free up energy, so that way I can continue to ideate and work on growing the business, growing the revenue in the other areas that we're working on. Hope that all makes sense, you guys. Wish me luck on my journey with Faceless. We're actually not only just buying Faceless channels, but we're also starting to build a couple of Faceless channels as well. So I'll keep you apprised of all of the things that we're doing if you're interested. And again, click the link down here if you want to join that newsletter. And any questions you guys have, leave them in the comments. I'm here for you. Take care. Hope you guys are all doing awesome on your own entrepreneurial journeys. See you in the next video.